Hey, what's going on? Just give me a little bit of your time. I want to share with you something that can make a big difference in your life. Simple too. You don't have to learn nothing new or nothing weird, but it's a lot of stuff that we don't even understand, that's going on with us. And I like this point out just one of them, just one of the little things. And one of them is soap and the oil, Like, I was talking to a friend of mine today and I asked him, famous question like I always say, what's in your soap? And a lot of people don't know. I didn't know either. I mean, I know that Dove has a pH balance of 7 and all this good stuff, but there's a lot of bad stuff that they put inside of Dove that they do not tell you. Because if you read the back of the ingredients, they have these long words, or like 14-letter words that I can't even pronounce. I think one is called triglycerin. I might be saying it wrong, or it's called trilocin. Anyway, it's one of the ingredients they put inside these big bar soap to where once you lather yourself with it, it gets in your skin and it sits there. Nothing's supposed to sit in your skin. Everything's supposed to be moving around, Even the cell stuff moves around. That just sits in your skin. It's one of them. And there's been studies showing that soap has been known to kill a few people. But they're not going to tell you this stuff, or nor even understand it when you go to the doctor. And your soap you should be able to read the ingredients. They shouldn't be hard to read and hard to understand. And if you look at the ingredients, the very first one is the majority of it, and the last part of the ingredients is the smallest amounts that they have into it. And people don't know, my friend was even asking me, well then, why do they put the stuff in the soap anyway? Because if a regular natural bar soap takes a lot more. It takes a lot more, not much more. It takes different ingredients, but the ingredients they're using cost money to get. They're not cheap to get it all. Look up a natural hand bar soap, most especially with essential oils in it. You'll see that it's not going to be cheap. Matter of fact, you can get 1 bar of essential oil soap and get 9 bars of Dove soap, or Tone, or Ivory, or Irish Spring, or whatever. And we haven't been taught that this stuff is not really good for you. I mean, really, it's not. Dove is just crazy. And I'm not trying to pick on this Dove. I'm just saying because people with sensitive skin say that I need to use Dove because it's for sensitive skin people and it has a pH balance of 7. Okay. It might work for sensitive skin people sometimes, or whatever, majority of times, but the natural bar soap works for it 100% of the time. It's not bad. It's more gentle for your skin than all the rest of the soap. You're right, it does cost more money to live better and all this good stuff. And another thing that's gone is the actual oil. It's like I started looking at all this stuff and learning just different things of the ancients and people in the modern world and the Western world and in the Eastern world. And come to find out the ancients understood oil better than we do now. Because back then, oil was worth more than gold. It still is today to a certain degree. Depends how much value. Depends on the value you put on it. But let's say money didn't matter in the world right now. There was nothing of monetary value. Just go with me. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but just go with me. And you had a block of gold, and you had some oil. The block of gold you can carve into different shapes or whatever you want to be, right? You could. But with the oil, you could carve in different shapes and it's sitting there looking shiny or whatever. But remember, you're not trying to sell it. There's no selling it. But you can just use it. Now, the oil is going to give you more beneficial than the gold. It will. Because it's going to give you healing, mental healing, physical healing. Inside, when you smell it, it goes inside your nose and gets in your brain, which helps you out. Okay, now let's go back to the world with money. If you have the gold here and you sold the gold, right? And you have this money, you buy a house, you buy a car. What else are you going to buy? You're going to buy some oil too. Why not? Because they know the oil was very powerful and very useful in multiple ways, in all kind of ways. And it's just weird that we just don't seem to understand that now, or not. Some people understand it, but they don't want to put it out there because we started coming down with processed medicine, right? Now, don't get me wrong now. Sometimes you need to use that processed medicine. You do. But Where does the line end and begin at? Like, when do you use it and when don't you use it? If you ask the doctor, they're going to tell you 100% of the time to take the pills. But the pills mainly just work on one thing, one particular thing. Even though there's multiple things in your body that's controlling that one thing. It could be your heart, lung, there's stuff around your heart and lung that's controlling all of that one organ, right? So when you start taking the oils, it starts to work on the stuff around it and it too, you know. And I would start with the oils first if something's going wrong, because if the oils don't work, right, you didn't lose anything, there's no side effect, you can still go to the doctor, you know. But if it does work, you've actually learned to help yourself, cure yourself, you know what to do. And but anyway, back to what I was saying about the soap. You know, the oil's a little more difficult, right? You have to put them together, mix them, and know how to hold them. Knowing how, you know, because when you get oils 100% of what it is, it's good to dilute it because it gives you a chance to accept it slowly. It's just dilute it. You can make it stronger later on or less stronger, but you can see how your skin accepts it. And, you know, so, but at least with the soap, essential oil in the soap, it's already diluted. It's already done for you. Just, all you have to do is just use the soap and everything, not everything, but you'll start to see a difference. When you get out the shower, you can smell it. And that smell you smell, it's not artificial. That's actually from the plants. And the smell you smell is the essence of the plant. The power of the plant is through the smell. Not saying that, like, the smell is where the power is when you smell. So like when you put it in your skin, that's the power of it. It's the essence of it, of the plant, is the smell. And so I wanted to share with you that I have this super good deal on these oils here. You know, like a 6 packs of these oils. 6 pack. This is like, if you're advanced in oils, you might not have all of these. Or you could be out of some of them, you know. And this 6 pack of oils should last a good while, depends how much you use it, you know. And it's a good starter kit too. So if you haven't really dealt with oils, or you always wonder about them, you know, what were they so good for? Here's your chance. This stuff is really nice right here. Me personally, I like the bergamot. They got peppermint here. Peppermint is one of the biggest pain blockers of oils. It's very powerful. You know, and this bar soap, lemongrass, lavender lemongrass, very nice. Lavender grows outdoors. It's not actual. Well, lemongrass is not actual fruit. Not fruit, but it's not a fruit. What do you want to call it? It's not a lemon, regardless. It's actually a plant that grows outside with the lavender too. So they made it into oils, and man, it's so powerful. And you can read the back of the ingredients. You can read what it says. You can read what it says in the ingredient. I don't know if you can read that. You can read this stuff. It's not hard, and it's not a bunch of stuff in there. All natural, all good. And on top of that, I actually have a free oil book. And the oil book explains, you know, more in detail about the oils. More in detail, I just explained to you because I know you're busy, you got stuff going on, and you can read the book later on. You can go through it later on or whatever. But so hopefully you guys come into this deal and get to see what I have going on, and be able to talk to you more about the oils and how they can help your life in so many different ways. When you're taking a shower, imagine taking a shower, you're actually doing a few things at one time. And all you have to do is change your soap, you know? Because a lot of people are using soap and don't even understand how harmful that stuff is. It's very harmful. Because go around and ask people, why do you use soap? The average person is going to say, to be clean. You know, or to be fresh. You know, nobody think about using soap to be healthy. You could be clean, smell good, and be healthy, and help yourself out. And as you smell the soap, it's soap in the shower, it's doing all the stuff at one time with just changing your soap. So don't forget to ask yourself, what's in your soap? Thanks for listening.